Yes, we are so excited to have Karina from the Plann app crew joining us today to chat all things social media, automating, analytics, building your brand when we've all got a bit more time on our hands. Karina, thank you so much. We're excited.
Thanks for having me. I think it's obviously a really important time to get, I guess, your online presence just right when lots of businesses out there aren't able to resume their normal business activities. So there's a lot of business pivoting, which also means there's plenty of time to, I guess, really finesse your social brand online, which is, where Plann can come in and help. So we're seeing like lots of businesses bunkering down and just using the opportunity to tweak their online presence. So a lot of times I think that means getting back to the basics of why you started your business. So we've had a lot of people saying, I don't know what to post on my Instagram because it's business as usual at the moment.
Right.
And that's where we're encouraging people to get back to the basics of why you started your business. For example, if you're a fitness trainer and you can't work out at the gym at the moment, remembering that you started that business because you were focused on self-care and helping people, that helps you pivot your content and what you might be able to share at this time. So that's a great thing. And also in terms of analytics, so Plann has really powerful analytics, and at the moment we're all online at crazy times. Like I was up this morning posting and getting back to having a look at those analytics to see when the best times to post are, where you're going to get the highest engagement, and working out what posts are your most engaged posts, because again, it's unprecedented times. What used to work might not work now, and that's where powerful analytics can really help you uncover that. So you are, I guess, creating content that better speaks to your audience during this time.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Can you talk a little bit about how important analytics are? Because I think a lot of people don't know that you actually can get analytics on the success of both your Instagram and other social media platforms. Can you just talk us through how important that is and how people can access those analytics?
Like on a platform like Instagram, analytics are available, but sometimes, they're hard to access and, often calculating, in spreadsheets and that sort of thing. So an app like Plann or a tool like Plann pulls together all of your analytics, so you can work out things like even your best color palette. So we've got some intelligent AI that pulls through what your best color palette is, so that way like what people are responding to. We've actually got a book blogger that uses the platform, and she has actually gotten so granular with her analytics that she can tell when a post with a cup of tea with milk versus a post with a cup of tea without milk, which one actually gets the highest engagement. So of course, when she's promoting books, which we're all reading right now, so her account is going off, she knows that's a better image to pop up, something with a cup of tea with a piece of, with milk. It's just something simple like that you can tweak. You're already going through the process of posting content daily. You might as well maximize it to make sure like it's the very best content. So there's colors, there's best times to post, which I touched on. So that changes regularly. Previously it might have been that 5 p.m, 6 p.m. period where people are commuting. There is no commute right now. So it's important to know that when people, you post content, you want engagement, straight away. And that obviously helps with Instagram's algorithm so that more people will see your content. So it's more visible. So using analytics to be clever about the time of posting basically helps with visibility, helps with engagement, which in turn helps build your influence, which is, I'm guessing, what you're trying to do on Instagram if you're business minded.
So for people who they've got an Instagram account, they're posting, they're kind of growing at a decent rate, how can they be more successful? Like what are some tangible steps people can do today that will really help move the needle for them?
Yeah, so looking at stuff like your analytics, and then that will help you in terms of what you're actually going to post, and look at your strategy. So Plann actually has some strategy functionality. So we look at top themes and give you suggestions. So 7 top themes. And yeah, you can also add your own. And yeah, so we also encourage you to look at your most engaged posts to work out your strategy. We've got a Plann superstar, Jenna Kutcher. She's an influencer, and she is all about the top 5 themes to post on your Instagram post. So she calls it the JK5. And yeah, so she'll cycle through posts around weddings, dogs, family, quotes, and a training post as well. And that makes sure that her content is always consistent. And obviously, when people are expecting a certain thing from a brand, and it's going to be a very cohesive look online, which obviously online people, you're unknown to them, so you're trying to build that authority. People are going to come back to you if they know what to expect from your account.
Yeah, it's so interesting that you mentioned that, because I think what we find at PepTalkHer is Instagram is an amazing channel and we have women globally reaching out to us, but it can take up a lot of time. And so for us, downloading the Plann, that app, has saved us so much time. So we actually batch our content. So we'll upload all of our content to the Plann app and then sort of drip feed the posting of it. So I would encourage anyone who's kind of posting on the fly, that kind of stuff, that really using an app like Plann can be a massive game changer, to saving you time and also saving your hashtags and getting those analytics as well. I think that's very, very useful. You mentioned Jenna Kutcher, who's amazing. I follow her as well. Are there any other brands that you think are doing this sort of watching as like a best practice?
I mean, obviously what you guys are doing right now, so you're jumping on the fact that everyone's online, what can we value add to them? And these pep talk sessions are amazing, and flowing that through as well. I think looking at your strategy holistically, it's not just about Instagram. So right now, obviously we're going live on Instagram, you're adding that content to lots of other channels as well. So that's where I think it's like making your content really work in terms of distribution. And just back to the batching session as well, point as well, we have a social media cheat sheet at the moment, which is a downloadable, which actually takes you through how you can create a week's worth of content in 20 minutes. And that is, as you said, and so one of those things includes, we have a new Canva integration. I don't know if you've checked that out yet, Meggie.
I love Canva, another female founded business, another Aussie business. Love Mel. Yeah,
so we're calling it a social match made in heaven, because it literally is. But yeah, I mean, the joy of that for all of our planners is that it really streamlines that content creation even further. So I mean, you can import your Canva assets directly into Plann without having to download and then re-upload, which definitely helps with that batch and schedule process, which is what makes, Plann so special, and the fact that, then you can spend your time getting really granular with your analytics and strategy, and you don't have to be wasting that time on the actual content creation. You can get straight down to the strategy aspect of things.
That's what I love about Plann, is because I think I just assume as a small business that I'm too small for strategy and I don't need to have analytics and I can't afford to pay a big ad agency. But what's great about the app is it puts all of it in the one place. There's a great free trial that you can use with the app. And actually we'll send through a discount code for anyone who wants to subscribe to Plann. We actually have the premium version of Plann. We pay for it because we find it so useful. So I'll send it around, but you can use Plann, which is a double N, X Pep Talk 20 for a discount if you do want to get that annual subscription. But yeah, I think it's just those baby steps of people who are just starting out and who are finding it overwhelming. And that's why I love this idea of the cabin fever reliever challenge. We might get on board that as well, actually, to just try and make some changes, given we've got more time on our hands.
Yeah, I think it can be overwhelming if you're doing everything at once, or especially in analytics, it can be a bit scary, but you can get your nerd on and really deep dive into things. So the cabin fever reliever just drip feeds like things to look at each day, including, and often overlooked, is literally just tweaking your bio and your highlights. So, and I think highlights are often overlooked. It's part of your bio. It sits right underneath your bio there. And like batching your content, videos like this is a helpful Q&A. So it's really easy for people to see what your offering is straight away. And again, we've actually got a really popular post on Plann about how to make your highlight covers, which seems super simple, but it can be difficult, and it contributes to the overall aesthetic. And again, it's utilizing that Canva feature now where you can pull the highlight image that you've created in Canva like directly into Plann. So Everything is so simple and seamless.
You know, I actually have to admit that we don't have very good highlights on our Instagram, so that might be a challenge for later today for my team and I to work on. Because I think when highlights very first came out, we did it as like, oh, let's test it, and we just haven't changed it. So that's a bit of a bad on our end. I didn't realize that was so important.
Yeah, I think it's overall contributing to your bio. So you get those 50 words in your bio, but then if you think about it, it's got top real estate there. Like why you would do a live as well, because it's great real estate. It's right at the top. It's highlighted. Same thing with your highlights, especially that first, one or two highlights. It's a great place to highlight your USPs, what's so special about your business. And I don't know about you, but like I'm just watching video constantly right now. So
yeah, lots of video.
Rather than a grid, it's obviously somewhere where you can highlight the most important or most successful video content piece that you have produced.
Can you talk really briefly about like how important is the grid these days? Like some people say the grid and the aesthetic is so important, and then other people say no, it's more about the just like getting up in the algorithm and that people don't look at the grid.
I mean, at Plann, obviously we are definitely favouring stories now. So it is, and with Plann, that's what's amazing as well, because you can schedule stories, plan and
so
schedule.
Stories are more important, you reckon, than the grid these days?
Controversial to say, but yeah, I mean, in terms of engagement, that's what we're seeing. And again, that's another great thing that you can look at analytics to see. And then it's a no-brainer. It's not just, that's just going to put this in the wind and see actually what definitely has more engagement. You can tell that stories, like we definitely get more visibility on our stories in our grid these days. But in terms of transparency and conversations, and I think that's a huge part of the grid still, where it's not just about the one thing that you've posted, it's about a continual conversation of someone commenting and then you commenting back and that sort of thing. So it's a great place to see those conversations take place in the real world and not be with stories, it's a lot of DMs and it's not then visible to your whole community, especially if you're offering advice, that sort of thing.
What about engagement? So typically with Instagram, it was all about the likes and the comments, and then they obviously hid the number of likes to try and, make it less narcissistic and people to feel less pressure. What is the best way that you're noticing from the analytics at the Plann app team? Like, what is the best way to engage? Is it polls? Is it questions?
I think definitely polls on stories. And interestingly, Instagram and the likes, Facebook actually brought likes back yesterday. I don't know if you've seen that yet. So at Plann, we're always on top of the latest tech news, especially like with platforms that we're dealing with every day. And yeah, even Instagram released as well some interactive stickers for some small businesses who are offering different services right now for restaurants and that sort of thing, where people can actually just tap a sticker and order food directly from the website. So that's showing us that, yeah, it is all about stories and the engagement is literally on stories with one tap now, making it as easy as possible.
That's so awesome. Well, we're so grateful for all of these amazing tips, Karina. Thank you so much. If people want to do the 10-day challenge with like one small task a day to kind of get a kick-ass social media profile, what is the best way for them to find out that?
Head to plannthat.com and then head to the blog, and you should see it there. It should come up as a pop-up. And also what you can do, so obviously, Meggie, you touched on the fact we're giving a 20% discount code for anyone that would like to try out Plann, but we also have a 7-day free trial. So that's also a good way just to test it out and see what value it offers you and how much time it saves you. So I recommend that if you are doing the 10-day reliever challenge, you can sign up for the 7-day Plann trial as well, and then you can like maximize, I guess, what you're getting out of that as well.
Awesome. Well, we're obsessed with the Plann, that app. It's PLANN for those of you who don't know. It's on Apple and Android. We use it every day at my team. We've got, I think, 6 people using it globally every day.
Android and desktop, and that's the most exciting.
Desktop as well. Yeah.
Yes, so that's where we have the Canva integration. So we're starting to release more features on desktop, knowing that, it's businesses that are using the desktop version and can share it with their team. So yeah, that's what we're loving right now, the desktop version.
So good. I reckon it probably saves our team probably 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a week. using the app. It's just helped us save so much time, which is like time is money, as they say. So we're massive fans. We hope that you will all check out the app as well. We're really grateful to Karina. Thank you for joining us. You can use the code PLANNX PepTalk20 for 20% off to the annual subscription of Plann.